Hi, my name is Mark Herman, and I'm a marathon runner as well as the in-house resident running coach for the Upper House. Today I'm going to take you on one of my favorite running routes in Hong Kong, which is the iconic Bowen Road running path. It sits right behind the Upper House. It's a quick drive or walk up the hill. It's a very flat course, so it's great for any kind of runner, both beginner and intermediate to expert runner. Why I love the Bowen Road running path is because it gives you the perfect mix between urban and jungle. You're running in the mountains and you get all these great views of the city, as well as you're sitting upon this urban landscape where it's the hustle and bustle of Hong Kong. Bowen Road is a great running path because, again, it's not too short, but it's not too long. It's about a 6K loop in total. You start at the Bowen Road running path in Bowen Drive, and it goes about 3K to Stubbs Road, and then you turn around and do a loop back. So there's a few great landmarks when you're running to look out for. One of them is about halfway to Stubbs Road. You'll see a staircase leading up to what a landmark is very famous for in Hong Kong, is the Lover's Rock. It's said that a lot of locals come here when they have fertility or relationship issues, and they go to the rock in hopes that they can have a better luck in the future with either one of those issues. As you move on towards Stubbs Road, you go above Happy Valley neighborhood, and again, Hong Kong is well known for its horse racing. And if you look down on the left side of the track, you'll see the iconic horse race track of Happy Valley. If you do a run in the day, it's great to see the city life, and at night it's all lit up, especially on Wednesdays when they do the horse races. As you continue on, you'll hit Stubbs Road, and then you want to turn around and come back. So there's a few things I like to keep in mind when I'm running, and I say it in my head as I continue my run, is breathing techniques, form, and hydration. So breathing, you want to keep it a low, consistent breath. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. The harder you're breathing, the harder your heart rate is, which makes for a tougher run. So try to keep it consistent. As well as then form. You want to keep your shoulders down, your arms and hands loose. It'll be less tense. You'll be using less energy then, so you'll be able to run longer. And then hydration. Always stay hydrated. I can't say it enough. You're gonna be sweating a lot during your run, so you wanna drink plenty before. And then during your run, if you can stop and find a water fountain, bring a water bottle, any way to stay hydrated. It's good for your muscles, it's good for your skin, and it'll keep you going. And now that we've finished the run, here's the most important part, which a lot of people sometimes overlook. It's the stretching. So now that we're back at the Upper House, I typically like to go out to the lawn and do some stretches, but you could do it in room, which each guest has a yoga mat in room that they can do these stretches in their own privacy, or you can go up to the Upper House gym as well. So I like to do about 5 to 10 minutes of stretching. If you have more time, that's great, but at the very minimum, I would say 5. So now let's get started. Typically after a run, I love to get my IT band loosened because that's one of the biggest pain points with runners, which your IT band runs from your knee, twist back to your glutes. So if you don't have a foam roller, you can definitely do it just standing as well. So what you want to do is take your right foot and put it across your left, and then you bend down and reach for your toes, and you'll really feel it in your back leg right here going back into your glute. And you want to hold this for at least 20 seconds. And don't bounce, you want to keep it straight as possible. And then you want to switch. Now you'll have your left leg in front of your right. Same thing, bend down. No bouncing, and just keep it straight down towards your toes. And you'll feel it in your back leg as well. Next, we'll want to do side-to-side lunges. Again, each exercise you'll want to do between 20 to 30 seconds for each side of your legs. So right leg 20, then left leg 20 as well. So we're going to start with the right leg, put it out and do a lunge towards your right. Hold both feet flat and straight. And you're going to want to push down, but keep your right leg close to a 90-degree angle. This is good, again, for your glutes as well as for your hamstrings. Now switch sides. Left leg bent, right leg straight, both straight ahead. You want to keep the balance not too much. You want to keep it pretty much straight as possible. And you'll feel it in both your left leg right here and your right leg in the back as well. Next we want to focus on is our quads. I do a standing quad, but you can also do it sitting as well. So first you'll grab your right leg, right hand with your right foot, hold it, and this is a good balance as well, but you want to keep it straight as possible and bend your leg backwards. Now, if you can't do it without keeping your balance, you can hold on to a wall or, again, anything that's near you to keep your balance straight and focus on keeping your core tight and your toes pointed. And now we'll switch 20 seconds with your left leg, same thing. Left hand, left foot, up. Keep your body straight, your core tight, and your toes up. All right, now we're gonna move on to calves, which again, you can do this sitting or standing and use it against a wall or not. Out here, I'm gonna do a sitting calf stretch, whereas you want both feet right in front of the left, your knee equal with your face, and then you'll put it down and you're gonna feel in your back leg, your calf muscle being flexed. Hold this as long as you are wanting to do it. If 20 seconds is preferred over 30, but you want to hold both legs at the same amount of time. Now switch. Now you'll have your left leg out, right leg back. Again, in line with your face. Keep both legs straight flat to the ground as much as possible. If you have to bend it slightly, you can. And you should feel it in your calf muscles. And again, keep the bounce to a minimum. Moving on now, I would like to do the hamstring stretch. Again, this is probably one of the most important with running. It gets really tight for beginners and for veteran runners. I always like to do this one sitting. Take a seat on the ground and you're going to do each leg again. We'll start with right, so you put your right leg out, left leg in, shoulders down, back straight, and then you're going to point your toes up and reach towards your toes as far as you can. And you'll feel it right in your hamstrings. And we're going to want to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds each leg. And what you want to do again is keep from bouncing too much. It'll prevent tear, and then it'll again increase flexibility, which is always good for a run. Okay, now we're going to switch legs, and we're going to put right leg in, left leg out. Same thing, back straight, shoulders down, pointed toes, and reach as far as you can without keeping it from bouncing. And you should feel it in your hamstring each time. So for 20 seconds, again, same as your right. Now, since we're on the ground, we might as well continue to do some ground stretches. One thing that people don't really realize when you're running is posture is a major key to keeping your form well and increasing your distance and your mobility. So I like to do my lower back stretches on the ground. I typically would either use a yoga mat, or you can do it on the ground as well. So now we're gonna focus on lower back, which I think a lot of runners typically don't think that that's a big importance when stretching, but it really is, because it's good for form and posture. And good form and posture means better running. So we're gonna sit down on the mat. So you're gonna wanna go as flat as possible with your back. Try not to arch it, keep it flat. Both legs straight out. You're gonna pull one leg in and keep the other one straight out. So we're gonna start with our right. Pull it in, use your hands to press with your knee and pull back. You're still gonna wanna stare straight up, keep your back flat, and keep your knee as close to your chest as possible. Again, keep from bouncing, but hold it there, and you should feel it in your glutes and lower back. We'll hold this for 20 seconds, and then we'll switch to the left leg. Okay, now we'll take the left leg, same thing. Grip your hands over the knee and pull tight towards your chest. Back flat, face up for 20 seconds. Okay, now we'll move on to butterfly stretch, which I feel like is a pretty basic stretch that we've all kind of learned throughout our days, but it's really important, again, for your groin muscles, for your glutes, to keep it as flexible as possible. So what you'll want to do is pull both of your feet together, hold tight, keep your back straight. Again, no bouncing, and you'll want to hold this position. Hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. Again, whatever you feel is best. And you should really feel it right here, your inner thigh, groin. That keeps you, again, as flexible as possible when running, and will make for a better run in the future as well. And now we're gonna move on to, again, rolling out your IT band, which for me is always my biggest problem area as a runner. So what we're gonna do is take a foam roller, which the upper house has at the gym, but you can, again, do this without the foam roller or with. I prefer with. Put it down in the middle of the mat, and we're gonna do both sides again. Right leg, then left leg. And you're gonna wanna position it right at your hip. So we'll do left leg first, right at your hip, and you're gonna foam roll down towards your knee. Keep your legs straight and perpendicular. And you're gonna roll slowly. And if you feel a pain point, you can go a little easier, but also that's probably where there's a lot of knots in your legs, and if you hold it there and don't roll it, it can help loosen up the muscles. So then again, for future runs, it'll help build the muscle and the blood flow in this area. So I typically do this for 20 to 30 seconds. and then I switch sides. So then we'll move to the right leg. Same thing, start with the roller at your hip, and we're gonna go downwards towards the knee. And those are typically the stretches I do before a run and after a run. I like to warm up with a few other exercises before I get out on my run. The more stretching, the better, because it's one thing that really helps improve your runs, your muscles, and keeps you running.